From Mamma Mia, welcome to The Spill, your daily pop culture fix. I'm Laura Brodnick.
And I'm Em Burnham.
And coming up on the show today, Kim Kardashian has given a bit of a tell-all interview talking about some of her biggest scandals. We've got thoughts, we've got feedback, we've got conspiracy theories. Feedback? Oh God, I could talk about this for hours. We're going to get into it. Plus our other fave, Gwyneth Paltrow, has given a little chat to Vogue. She's shaded a famous writer. She's commented on Timothée, Chalamet and Kylie Jenner's relationship. We're going to get into it.
She's my favourite A-lister who knows nothing about the industry.
Knows nothing about the world around her. Here's a little teaser for you. 2 words. Tongue choreography.
Ew.
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Well, we're going to be talking about it,
God.
so gird your loins.
I even got gird your loins.
Ready for that. But first, you have some other Kim Kardashian news.
Speaking of girding your loins.
Oh my God, I actually didn't mean to do that.
Kim Kardashian, breaking news, has launched a brand new product through her brand SKIMS. We all know SKIMS. They do the shapewear. She loves getting internet people and celebrities on to model her lingerie. She's launched a product called the Ultimate Bush. Its technical term is the faux hair micro string thong. So basically she's launched a bunch of different underwears, apparently 12 different types.
Oh, lovely.
Of thongs that have synthetic pubic hair on the front.
So it's like 3D, right? I wish we had one here that we could like hold in our hands, but it's like you could run your hand.
Yeah, it's not a
over
painting of hair. It's like actual hair.
It's synthetic hair taped on.
There's 2 different variations. So there's straight hair or curly hair.
That's nice of her to think of those 2 different options.
Yeah, and there's also like 12 different, I think, colours? Is that
so
the
you
right
can
word?
mix and match. You could wear a new one every day for like 2 weeks.
Exactly. And the reason there's so many different colours is because the whole like slogan of this brand campaign is that your carpet can be whatever colour you want.
That's lovely. Which one would you pick if you had to like take one for a ride? Were you going through and looking at the colours? Should we get some swatches?
Well, I actually thought the red looked really nice.
Yeah, that's fun.
But then I talked to my friend who's a natural ginger and she's like, that's not authentic to ginger people.
Oh, sure.
So she actually didn't do her research that well.
Wow, okay. Well, there's feedback.
What colour would you pick?
I don't know. Well, you want to go something I weren't. So maybe I would try the red.
What if we like
or the blonde?
What if we're like on a date and we forget we're wearing it? We're wearing it as a joke and we forget. That would be scary.
Excuse me for just a second, or you have a little laugh about it.
That would be a jump scare.
Not that pubic hair is obviously funny, but having an underwear with like fake pubic hair stitched onto it is a bit funny.
It is a bit funny, but also I once dated. This is such a segue. I once dated a man who had like dark brown hair, like probably as brown as your hair.
Yeah.
Blonde moustache.
Oh, yeah. I did not know where that was going. I thought it was going further down, to be honest.
It wasn't. I stopped. You can probably guess what was further down, but I won't let you know.
No, but what colour was it further down? Did the blonde theme continue? Do you think he dyed blonde?
It was kind of like a mix of both.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
See, yeah, pubic hair comes in all different colours and shades. I know some people are losing their minds over it, which is the like kind of the point of the campaign, like these little viral moments Kim Kardashian does. Not that like pubic hair is like funny in any way.
Yeah.
But I've heard a few different takes because I was kind of getting across everyone's thoughts this morning. And yeah, some people think it's just like a fun thing to try. Obviously, there's a lot of people who got rid of all their pubic hair because it was like the fashion to have nothing. And now some people are like, oh, I wish I could just grow a little bit back or try a different style.
That's kind of what I did. I lasered all mine off.
Now you want it back. You got to get one of these.
Well, it's come back because I got off the pill and it was like, here you go.
Wow.
But it's like patchy. Like it's weird. Like it's
so you
patchy.
like a full coverage, like one of these?
I feel like with the bush, you have to go either full coverage or none at all. Because you know when you're in that in-between stage where it's like half shaved and then it's just consistently itchy and like goes red and like you're shaving.
No.
You need to go full. It's comfy. Like it's nice. It's gentle.
It's gentle. Not you
but
doing
this like sold out in 2 hours. Like all of them sold out.
I'm sure it did. I mean, that's the whole kind of point of these Kim Kardashian
It's
kind
like
of
shock value
SKIMS
campaigns.
Yeah, and there's 2 sides of it. So I think with this kind of thing, I've seen like a few different takes on it. And one is like some people in like the non-binary or transgender community say that like things like this on the market that help you sort of like it be in the body that you want to be in or like self-affirm gender are really nice. And there's lots of places that sell different things like this that aren't sort of like a gimmick. But obviously there's also like a gimmick factor with SKIMS because Kim Kardashian loves a viral moment about herself and her company. So as you were saying, she often gets in like whoever is the star of the moment, she'll get them to come in. Like when Sabrina Carpenter was having a moment, she got her in really quickly. When the Mahomes were having like one of their big moments, you know, like the football couple.
Courtney and Megan Fox.
Yeah, exactly. When they were like kissing
Besties.
everywhere, she's like gets them in. So she's really good at that. But also she likes to sell these little, have these little drops of products that are just there for shock factor. And
it works, right? Because like Emma Grede has talked about it before, who's her co-founder and her husband's the CEO. They did the exact same thing with the nipple bra. And I'm like, the last time I talked about Skims was when the nipple bra came out.
We all start talking about the nipple bra, the pierced nipple. Remember that one? And I think they only do a really small drop of stock, which is why they sell out really quickly. But while everyone's on the site and on the Skims socials, they're going to buy other stuff.
Oh my God. Are we going to get some tried and tested?
Well, they've sold out.
I feel like we could find a way.
We make our own. Little arts and crafts corner.
The Spill Ultimate Bush.
Yeah, you guys can buy our line. Would you have any old toys you want to cut up or anything like that? I'm pretty sure I've got so many of my old hair extensions lying around.
Oh my God, your hair extensions would be iconic.
They're real human hair. Maybe that's worse. Maybe that's worse.
Too much. Too far.
Too much. Okay, we'll just work on this line. We're obviously not very good business women.
Stay tuned.
Well, speaking of Kim Kardashian, just the way she likes it.
Just exactly what she wants.
When she goes hard with press, she goes hard. She knows that when she's got products to, it's almost like how Taylor Swift was saying the other day, like if you're saying my name or the name of my product, then you're helping. I feel like in a lot of ways, Kim Kardashian, that's just like how good business people think.
And she always does it when another sister's doing something.
Well, I mean, they're always all doing things.
But Kylie Jenner just released a music video singing for the first time.
I know, but singing's
I mean, it's not her debut. We all know her debut was Rise and Shine.
Is that like the first time you came on the Spill to do that?
The first, guys, if you're a long-time listener, there's a Spill lore. The first ever time I came on the Spill was when you and Kris were hosting. And you just got me on randomly to talk about. I think I just needed something to do. And you're like,
no, we wanted you to come on and do like a roundup of viral moments. Which I'm like, bring that segment back. That was fun. It was just you talking about like 5 different random things in the space of 2 minutes.
You know how much like time and preparation I put into that 2 minutes?
Well, you sounded very.
It like probably
it's worked out for you.
Took me like an hour. First, I had to pitch to both of you.
Did you? I don't remember.
I had to pitch to both of you what I wanted my things to be, and then you choose them, and then I go away and then research. And I had to get all of these 5 things down in 2 minutes. Oh my God, those were the days.
Okay,
when I put in effort into my work.
And look at you now.
And Rise and Shine was the first thing I talked about.
Yeah.
Rise and Shine. I even practiced so much.
Well, I mean, it did make it into the cut of that podcast episode, so you sounded amazing. But yes, it's really Kim Kardashian who's taken over the news cycle. Well, I mean, we covered Kylie a lot this week. Like she had her moment. She had the video. She had the song. She had the launch of her 10-year collection.
Yeah.
But at
she
the
got
moment,
her fair share of Spill coverage.
Yeah, she did. But at the moment, it's all about Kimberly Noelle Kardashian and her many projects. So she went on the call.
You're going to say, and her many husbands.
And her many projects.
Because that's what a lot of this podcast was about.
Yes. She went on the Call Her Daddy podcast. It's almost like she'll do any podcast at the moment. I don't know. Is that a spoiler for something coming up? Who could say? Anyway, she went on the Call Her Daddy podcast and there's a lot of kind of interesting things to take away from it. I felt like one of the reasons all these celebs go on Call Her Daddy is a lot of them are like, oh, I just wanted to come and have like a fun chat and I just wanted to like have an authentic conversation. And this is like, it's a fun little viral thing. And a lot of the time it is. But I feel like it was a lot of very intense questions. And I was like watching it. I was watching the video. Yeah. And I feel like halfway through, Kim was like, I don't know if I signed up for this.
That's what I was wondering because the questions were so deeply, deeply personal. Like questions I've never ever seen her been asked before, but like stuff that I guess everyone has always wondered. So I thought I would assume that these questions would have been vetted by her team.
Oh no, I'm sure they were. And the thing is, there were definitely bigger things that weren't talked about. And I'm sure there was that conversation beforehand of what was a no-go and what wasn't. It's stuff that she has. When I say big reveals, it's just more like the way she talked about it. It wasn't any new information, if that makes sense, because a lot of the time, most of the time when we get info from Kim Kardashian, it's her doing the confessionals on the Kardashians. So she does share a lot of personal information or it's her being filmed talking to her family members or friends. So we do get a lot of personal information from her, but I guess it's in the context of the show. And then when she does interviews, which she doesn't do as many interviews anymore as she used to, because I guess now her platform is so much bigger than a lot of media companies that she can kind of just release information. But there were a few little takeaways. So yeah, at the top there would Alex Cooper, the host, was just going through and like listing all these different scandals and getting her to respond to them. What was your thoughts on that?
I thought that was very clever from an interviewer point of view. Like she started off the interview very, very light and was doing like a lot of like kiss, kill, marry, your
Yeah.
3 exes. And then the questions that Kim didn't want to answer, she had to like pull out of a jar and like it would be like text this family member
Yes.
this, which was like the thing that Kim wanted to do. She'd be like, I can
Yeah.
text anyone.
I was interested in what she answered and what she didn't, because there was a few kind of just like fun questions, like where's the weirdest place you've ever had sex? And she's like, in a movie theater. And she talked like she was just talking about like taking a painting class.
Yeah.
She was like, and it was fun.
And
I was like,
a good
wait,
time.
which movie theater? Are you talking about your home movie theater that you own? Or are you
Yeah,
talking
that
like a
doesn't count, 'cause
public?
that's in your house.
Yeah, exactly. Or are you talking about the public
Yeah.
movie theater?
I want
when you
Hoyts
were,
on
like-
George Street. That's what I want here.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, go hard in a really public place. But then she was asked about dating Tom Brady. And normally she does talk about who she's dating. And she straight away said, I'm not answering that.
Why did she do that?
That's what I wonder if
'Cause
they
I
were
would be
more
like-
serious than people think, because that only became a big deal when she said, I'm not answering that. It was the only time she just flat down shut it
Yeah.
out. I wonder.
I didn't even know they actually properly. I thought it was a rumor.
Well, that's what I think they definitely, it was out in the world that they dated, but I just thought they maybe like potentially went on a few dates, or it was like a really low key hookup. Like if you'd asked me about Kim's celebrity boyfriends, I wouldn't even put
No.
Tom Brady in the mix. And as soon as she said, I'm not talking about it, it kind of made me think, was it more serious? Did something bigger
Yeah.
happen? Or did they kind of, is he a bit precious? And they went out once or twice and he was like, just so you know, never speak about me. Has something happened with Giselle? Like, I don't know. I have so many
Yeah.
questions.
Giselle and her martial arts
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Well, like, don't talk about us in the public
Talk
eye.
about us.
But yeah, something has definitely happened there for that to be the only question that she didn't want to answer. You know what I
Yeah.
thought was really interesting is when, you know how she was prank calling her family members. If she didn't want to answer a question, then she had to call them with a lie that Alex Cooper had. When she called Kris Jenner was so interesting to me, because she called her pretending that TMZ had contacted her
Yeah.
and that something was going to be leaked. And when Kris Jenner gets on the phone, her voice is so sharp and businesslike. And she's like, what? Tell me what happened. What is it? Tell me what
Yeah,
happened.
she was
What
in
is it?
full momager
And
mode.
she's so hardcore. And as soon as, because Kim's dying laughing and she
Yeah.
can't speak. And as soon as she goes, Mum, I'm joking, I'm on the Call Her Daddy podcast, it's like Kris Jenner flipped a switch and she instantly went into the Kardashians performer mode. And she's like, oh, ha, ha, you girls, you're so crazy. I haven't even had a cocktail yet.
Oh my God, we got a glimpse of Kris.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, now you're putting on the show of like, I'm just the mum in the background having a
Yeah.
cocktail. Like, and it's just like, no, you were full on like manager mode then. She was like,
I
tell
wish we
tell
saw
me who
more
I
of
have to
that.
kill.
Like, I was annoyed that Kim started laughing. I'm like, no, I need to hear this
Yeah.
voice more, because it's
You do see
quite
moments
scary.
like that come out on the Kardashians, but I think it's really balanced. Most of what you see with Kris when she's not talking about working, a lot of it is like, yeah, her and her like bathtub, her having a cocktail in the afternoon, her hanging out, her like saying that she wants to like, you know, be besties with her daughters
Yeah.
and all this kind of stuff, her doing dress up parties. Like, I think she's really pushing that, like Amy Poehler in Mean Girls. Like, I'm a cool mom.
Even like some of the text messages, because she was reading out all the like bits of like text messages she
Yeah.
could send, and it was so telling which one she chose not to do.
Yeah.
Where like one of them was like, text Kendall and ask her if Bad Bunny can be on the next like
Yeah.
Skims campaign.
Yeah.
And Kim was like, that's funny. What else?
Yeah. That's because everyone thinks they pretty much are back together.
Yeah, and then like her doing that will obviously be like such a tell.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like the whole thing was be like Kendall's response to that.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought that was really interesting, and then it kind of lent into her more like personal life. I feel like the biggest takeaway from this whole interview was her talking about her relationship with Kanye and like how she parents her children.
Yeah, and that is always a difficult thing, I think, for her to speak about. Well, she says so many times on the Kardashians and in interviews that she'll never say anything bad about him because he's the father of her children. But at the same time, I think this was this moment where she kind of just wanted to get a bit of her side of the story out there. And she talks about the fact that when he is spreading rumors about the family and saying terrible things to her family behind the scenes, but also saying things about their children, which he has done publicly, especially North, their oldest daughter. He has said a few things about her publicly. And Kim pretty much says that it was her reason for ending their nearly 15-year relationship, where she was like, I can put up with so much. And when like he started to show signs of mental health issues, my first thing to do, because she says like, I think she's really good at kind of realizing who she is in a relationship, and she's like, I'm a really good partner. Like when I'm in it with you, I'm in it with you. But when he started saying things publicly about our kids, when the situation got too messy and dangerous behind the scenes, when he started saying bad things about my family, is when I had to end it.
Yeah, and she even talked about how she knew that she could only be a good mother if she ended it, because she wanted to show her children like that's not an okay relationship to be in.
I totally get that,
which
by the way.
is so fair. But what also like it kind of like made me a bit emotional when she was talking about how she was just going on, and she really wanted to cement the fact that every time Kanye's asked to see the kid or look after the kid, she always says yes, which is like so important to say, because the narrative in the media has always been like Kim's keeping the kids from Kanye, because that's what he's been saying.
There was that time, remember, when he was very active on socials. Remember he was having like quite a heightened episode, and that's like the words of his family and friends and like people who were with him at the time, and he was posting all of those big statements about Kim Kardashian and the kids and being like, she's stolen my kids, she's kidnapped them. And Kim didn't say anything, but one day she did comment underneath and she was like, please stop saying this, you just took them to school like an hour ago, you can see them after school, please stop posting this. And then I thought it was also interesting, especially when Alex Cooper said like, how is it like co-parenting? And she was like, what do you think co-parenting with Kanye West is like? But then she said that he hasn't contacted them in months.
2 months.
And she's like, and you can see that's the longest pause in the interview when she says like, when's the last time he saw the kids? And you can see Kim thinking, because she knows whatever she's going to say, it's going to be a big headline. But then also she's going to have to potentially deal with the fallout from Kanye West and his team and stuff if they say something back. So you can see that she's thinking, and then she's like, it's been a couple of months since we've heard from him. Not even since we've seen him.
Yeah.
That with 4 little kids, it's crazy.
It's so insane. And even the fact that she, like, it comes from a place of her going, I want my kids to have a relationship with their father, which is why she always says that every time he asks to see them, like, she flies them out.
Yeah.
And, like, gets them to be with him, because I always want him to be in their lives. But at the same time, she is, like, the full-time carer. And she's like, when there are, like, moments of when it's really, really bad, she doesn't stop him from seeing them, but she'll be like, why don't we see them? Like, why don't you come to my house?
So that they can be in like, the environment.
So they can be
here.
in the same environment.
And you could even see that as she was saying that, she then tried to sort of, not cover it up, but she tried to kind of like soften the blow, I think, for how that would sound to the public. Because then she said, but the children always knew, like from a very young age, that their father is someone who travels all the time, lives in different cities, works on different projects. So I think she was trying to say like, it's not like he's abandoned them.
It's not jarring for
them.
Yeah.
She was trying to say like he just works away and the kids know that and stuff. But it was very, and even talking about like some of the stuff that would kind of happen with his mood swings, which she has talked a little bit about before. And I wonder if she is so aware of that documentary that came out. You know, we talked about the fact that all of that footage came out of him screaming at her and her sobbing, which is something we would never see on the Kardashians. I wonder if because all that footage is out in the world that she maybe felt a little bit more emboldened to speak about what happened in their marriage.
It gave her permission.
Because she was saying things like she'd wake up every day just not knowing what he was going to do. She said they had all these Lamborghini cars and she came out one day and they were just all gone.
Yeah, he sold
Which
them.
I know is obviously not a problem most people have, but I think it's like you could put that in anyone's kind of life of something in the house.
Like imagine if like she saw that while she was taking the kids to school and they just didn't have any cars.
And he had just given them away to all his friends. And then like he got the cars back, then he gave them away again. And I don't think it's about the cars. It's about, I think that's probably just maybe the safest thing she could say. I think she was just saying like every day I was living with a different person. I never knew what he was going to do.
Yeah. And the fact that she always felt like she was being blamed for it. Like she even talked about how people would say that he only started going through this when he married her. I'm like, that is so harmful to say to someone, especially someone who, exactly what you said, she says, I'm a partner, I will go through it with you. And they were together for years, like over a decade, and they had 4 children together. And it's exactly what she said. It's not a failed relationship. Like they still have a relationship. It's just different now.
Oh, yeah. I don't think 15 years and 4 kids is a failed relationship at
No.
all. Look at us out here defending all like Nicole and Keith and now Kim and Kanye and defending them. Yeah, overall it was like, I thought it was like a super interesting interview. And you know what I thought was so cute? This is something I just really love about Kim Kardashian is how much she just believes in true love.
She wants to get married.
She was having a custom wedding dress made by one of her favorite designers just to have in case it happens. And after she and Kanye split up, she renovated the house that they had built together and she built like a wardrobe in her bedroom for her future husband because she wanted to make sure that she talks in this interview at the fact that she's been single for a long time and North really rags on her for it.
Yeah, North's like, Mum, you're getting old. You need to start getting married.
But she also said something in a nice way. She's like, Mum, it's okay if you want to date someone, like kind of thing. But I just think that's really sweet that she's got the wedding dress ready to go. She's got the wardrobe for this guy to share ready to go.
See, it's cool when she does it. If I did it.
No, it'd be cool if you did it. She also said like her person's out there. I think that's really nice.
It is nice. It's really cool when she says it.
I think you need to go get a wedding dress made and build an extra closet in your home and like do the Kim Kardashian manifesting way of life of like if you build it, he will come.
Okay. You got me.
So we've really been blessed with some fun interviews this week. Moving on to our good pal Gwyneth Paltrow, who has done an interview with Vogue magazine.
Yeah.
And one of the first things that the writer asked her about, which she has talked a little bit about but not in depth since it came out, is the Gwyneth Paltrow biography that she declined to be interviewed for, written by Amy Odell.
What do you mean she declined to be interviewed?
So you know how like Amy Odell, who's like who wrote the Anna Wintour biography and is like a really well-known celebrity biographer, she wrote a book about Gwyneth Paltrow and she reached out to Gwyneth's team and Gwyneth didn't want to be interviewed, which does happen quite a bit. Ooh. So obviously Amy wrote the book just speaking to people, but no one in Gwyneth's like immediate circle and not Gwyneth herself. And up until now, she said that she's been like a little bit unbothered by it. But the journalist said it's the only time in this like whole long-ranging interview where he's like, she dropped her signature mirth and her frustration showed through. She said she didn't read it, but her husband Brad read it. Well, she said he skimmed through it.
He read it.
He read it, right?
He so read it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure
he read it and memorized it.
Yeah, I'm sure at first he was just looking for her because she didn't want to read it. And he was like, babe, I'll read it and I'll tell you if there's anything we can sue for. And he picked it up and you just know he like pretending to flick through it. And the moment she went out to her garden to get some kale, he was like.
The minute she went to the garden, he's like, turning on the bath water, sleeping in there, putting his glasses on, glass of wine. He's enjoying that book.
So this is what she said to Vogue about it. So the writer said that he didn't want to say anything bad about another writer, but you can tell that he didn't like it either. And then he said to Gwyneth, like, what do you think? And she said, boring, with a devastating indifference. That's how the writer said she said it. And then she said, so my husband flicked through it because I was like, what the hell is this? And then he said, this is so she's saying that Brad said this.
Okay.
Brad said, it's as if somebody put a prompt into Chat GPT and said, mine every Daily Mail article and write a biography about Gwyneth Paltrow. She totally missed everything, the truth of who I am and what my impact is. And he was like, it's bad. It's really badly written. And then she said, I saw all the stuff in People magazine and other outlets that picked it up and it was all rubbish, the things that I supposedly said.
Wait a minute.
What do you... Yeah, what's your thought on that? You seem shocked.
She didn't contest it.
Well, I'm sure she wasn't going to go through and say yes and no, but I think like... she's obviously not. She's just saying that it's basically she's saying there's so much juicier stuff
she
that
basically
you guys
just
don't
called
have.
Her a shit writer.
I mean, yeah,
this is not true.
Well, I'm just like, well, Gwyneth, if you say you've lived a bigger life and there's juicier stuff, then where is it?
Well, we know she lives a bigger life. She just forgets.
Yeah, she does forget.
She forgets. Like I always think about that interview. No, she did that like cooking thing with John Farrow, and she like completely forgot she was in Spider-Man.
That is, I mean, look,
and he's like, Gwyneth, we acted together. And she's like, no, we didn't. She was so certain she was not in Spider-Man.
It is so funny because, okay, my only defense of Gwyneth Paltrow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I actually think she's quite good in it, but they film a lot of that stuff secretly out of order. So if she gets told that she's got to go to a secret location and film a scene with Robert Downey Jr., I do understand that in her mind she does, and it's filmed years before anything comes out. I do understand that in her mind she doesn't know which movie or scene that's fitting into.
I don't even think she knows how she's related to Robbie Downey Jr.
No, I know she doesn't
She
at all.
has no idea.
It's funny because in that when
He's like dying on the ground and she's like, I think I'm your sister. And you're like, no, you're lovers.
Actually, no, Emily, that's a really important scene. She's a great actress in it. She knew what was happening.
She has no idea what's happening.
She knows her characters. She knows Pepper's connection to Iron Man, but nothing else. That's what I think it is.
She's like, who are these floozies behind me? It's like the Avengers.
Especially because they're
like, Gwyneth, you know us.
Especially because they're all just in the dots and stuff. Very few of them are in their costumes. So she's like, who's that random
Chris
man?
Hemsworth and Chris Evans like, hey, Gwyneth. And she's like, hi.
No, she does that all the time. And the only person, so yeah, in that cooking clip you're talking about where he's like, we're in Spider-Man. She's like, no, Avengers. And he's like, no, Spider-Man. He's like, I make the movies. I know. And she's like, I wasn't in a Spider-Man movie. It's like, girl, you were actually quite a big part.
You were big. You were a massive role in that. You were like a mentor to Peter.
So all the other Avengers just laugh it off when Gwyneth doesn't know who they are, except Sebastian Stan. Sebastian Stan gets so angry because they were at an event together and they were filmed and she says hello to him and he's like being really nice to her. He's like, hey, my co-star that I've been in so many movies with.
He's like, remember my name, remember my name.
And she's like, we should work together. And he's like, we have worked together.
We've been in 8 movies together.
And then another time they were at a different event and she was introduced herself on camera and she's like, we should work together. He's like, we work together all the time. Oh, Gwyneth, please. So in this new Vogue interview, which is a lot talking about this movie, Marty Supreme, which obviously we haven't seen it yet, but when those invites to the premiere come through, we need to cancel everything because apparently it's going to win every Oscar.
Yeah,
that's
I
the
believe
early
it.
buzz. Like people think that Gwyneth Paltrow hasn't acted in so long. She's come back to acting to do this movie with Timothée Chalamet, Marty Supreme, and people are like, she's going to win another Oscar. I don't know for sure, but that is the word on the street.
If she wins another Oscar, I will cry.
I actually will cry. Her speech is going to be so good.
She's going to be like, I don't know who any of you are.
Yeah.
But please sign up to my newsletter, Goop.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign up to my newsletter, Goop.
She's like, if you want to hear my acceptance speech, go to goop.com.
Yeah, go to
log in here, give me your data, and then you can read my full speech.
If you become a member, you'll hear the speech 20 seconds earlier than everyone else.
It would actually be a nice full circle moment because when she did win her Oscar for Shakespeare in Love, very famously, she got up on stage and just had a complete breakdown. Well, she was really young.
She was so young.
And she was sobbing and everyone made fun of her. And
that
so
little purple dress.
Yeah, it was a pink ball gown.
Wasn't it lilac?
No, it was pink. It was very famously pink because people made fun of it. It was a bit ill-fitting, like this pink ball gown.
What am I thinking
And then
of?
she... I don't know what you're thinking of, to be honest. I tried to do something.
I did a Gwyneth Paltrow.
You're like, I don't know what she's talking about. No, but and then she was wearing that diamond necklace that was worth millions of dollars. And then people were ragging on her because she's like, Daddy's going to buy me the necklace. I was like, she's a rich Hollywood princess. Let her live.
Yeah, and also he did. So.
And then it was like she was a heroine from a Jane Austen novel because she was so embarrassed after she won that Oscar of how people were mocking her for sobbing on stage that she took to her bed for a month.
I mean, same.
I wish I could take to my bed for a month. That'd be so good.
How can we take to our bed and still get paid?
I know. That's what we got to figure out.
We could do the spill from our beds.
I mean, I would actually love that.
That'll be fun.
Guys, stay tuned. That VOD's going to be amazing. So in this interview, she's talking about Marty Supreme, which she acts in with Timothée Chalamet, who apparently is also going to get his first Oscar for this movie.
Well, we've been saying that for years.
No. No one really thought he was going to win last time. But this time it's like...
it was a bad movie.
I mean, no, well, Adrian Brody was so locked in. Like, everyone was like that. Like, they knew before the Oscars.
And he already had his
was
10-minute speech prepared.
And they like to give it to younger men as they kind of like, he's still pretty young to win an Oscar.
He needs to pay his dues.
But, so Marty Supreme, I think Marty's, like, Timothée Chalamet's, I haven't seen it, it's like a poker player or something like that. But he and Gwyneth Paltrow have a bit of a steamy relationship. And that's how people first heard about the movie. Remember those pat pics that came out of them, like, making out in the street?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah. You didn't think they
were
going to show me sexy? No, I mean, do you want to see them? I thought you already knew.
No, but I don't find both of those people, like, sexy people.
You don't find either of them sexy?
No.
I think Gwyneth Paltrow can be a bit sexy.
I think she's like Hollywood sexy, but personally, she's not my type of sexy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends which movie you're watching, I guess. Not Gwyneth Paltrow sitting in her house talking about bone broth, but like some of her movies.
Yes. Oh, do you think she'll bring Apple as a guest?
I mean, maybe. Well, here's what she said about the movie.
Apple's going to be pushing everyone off the off the red carpet.
Oh my God, I forgot about your vendetta against Apple, Martin.
She's going to be like pushing everyone away. She'll be like, Timothée, get out.
Maybe she won't want to see this movie because this is what they said in the article is that Gwyneth has previously hinted that viewers can expect a whole lot of sex from this movie, Marty Supreme, when it comes out on Christmas Day.
I'm tired of
It comes out on Christmas Day.
Ew.
You take your parents to see it.
Absolutely not.
And she said that one of the things to look out for in all these sexy scenes is the way they kiss and the way they do other things because they had very extensive tongue choreography. So they have like their tongues had to rehearse together of where they were going to go.
So messed up. I hate
Why
that.
are you? I can't believe we started just talking about Merkins and now you're worried
You've
about
just given
bit
me the
of tongue
chills. I
action.
hate thinking about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, you've got to get this
they're
out
like,
of your system.
And then the choreographer's like, now move your tongue to the right. And they're like, and now move it up. And they're like,
Is that your impression of Gwyneth Paltrow and Timothée Chalamet making out?
That's my impression of someone being choreographed that like with their tongues.
That's what actors do. I mean, go to our YouTube channel if you want to see Em doing that. If I had to see it, so do the rest of you. So she was asked about Timothée in this Vogue story, and then she goes, she's very aware sometimes. She said, everyone makes fun of me.
Wait. Back to the tongue choreography.
Okay, sure. What other questions?
Do you think what I was doing is what what was actually happening?
Not even close.
Like, how do you? But then, what does that mean? Tongue choreography.
Well, she would probably say like the choreographer would probably. It's really unsettling that you're doing what you're doing with your tongue while I'm trying to talk to you.
It's hard.
Is that he would probably say, now Gwyneth, you like push your tongue out and like start like circling around Timothy's mouth, and Timothée, you send your tongue out to Gwyneth and then like wrap them around together, and then his tongue's going to go into yours, and then maybe his like tongue will go over her face. I mean, I don't know, but I'm just saying, you get a whole choreographer in there, it's going to be like a dance.
What if you run out of saliva?
I'm sure they have people on set for that.
And you just get dry tongue.
I'm sure they have people on set for
spray
to spray Timothée's mouth and like moisten his tongue to.
Ooh,
yeah,
I wish I could see that.
Well, you're going to see it because we're going to go to this movie.
What's the difference between this plot line and the plot line of what's the Anne Hathaway one?
Oh, I know. I think they're different.
And the one with the Nicole Kidman one?
Yes, it is in that vein of like an older woman, younger man. But we don't know the full plot yet.
And the other Nicole Kidman one?
Yeah.
Those two.
It's an interesting kind of time in cinema at the moment.
But this one is the Oscar one.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I don't know why this one's the Oscar one, because there must be a bigger story behind it. I don't know. Don't make me defend a movie I haven't seen yet.
What do you mean? August Moon was a huge storyline.
That is not the name of that movie. It's The Idea of You.
Oh,
and you
where
can
did I get
see
August
it
Moon
because
from?
that's the name of the band in the movie.
Oh.
And I don't think you should be critiquing that movie because you forgot your glasses in the cinema and
I'm not
couldn't see it.
critiquing that movie. I'm saying that if this is going to be Oscar worthy, they all should have been Oscar worthy, especially the Zac Efron one. That was good.
What, A Family Affair?
Yeah.
That was
And
good.
what was the other? Baby Girl.
Yeah.
That was also, that should have been Oscar worthy.
Well, I think they thought it was meant to be. Anyway.
Okay. Sorry.
We haven't gotten to the rest of the story yet.
I just hope this brings something different to the table.
Well, I can't wait till you and I go to the Marty Supreme premiere and you stand up in your seat and be like, there's the tongue choreography. It's happening. So in this British Vogue article, Gwyneth Paltrow says, everyone makes fun of me because I don't know anything.
Well, you don't, Gwyneth.
It's like she's talking directly to you.
And I'm not making fun of you. I'm stating a fact.
She says, well, no, she's agreeing with you.
Okay,
and she says when she first met Timothée Chalamet, she was trying to like be friends with him. And she said, do you have a girlfriend? And he said,
Gwyneth.
I do.
All you have to do is literally Google his name and it's the first thing that comes up.
I know, but she's Gwyneth Paltrow. She doesn't Google.
That's true.
And he said,
She
I
goops.
do. And then she said later on, he said, and she has 2 kids. And this is when Gwyneth Paltrow's like, I'm going to talk this young man up. I'm going to make him feel okay about this situation. And she said, that is so cool. I really love to hear that from a young man. And then she said to the magazine, I understand a 45-year-old who has his own kids going out with a woman who has kids, but it's such a cool choice to go out with a young woman who has 2 kids. And she's like, I really, really respect it. I think it's kind of punk rock, actually.
Oh.
Which is nice. And later on she goes, I didn't know it was Kylie Jenner. She was thinking he's just found this young single mum in like the burbs of LA with 2 kids. And he was
He
like,
like walked
okay.
into the house.
Yeah. And they
Hello.
call him Daddy Timothée.
Oh.
And she just had no idea that it was billionaire Kylie Jenner that she was referring
she's
to.
like, well done, Timothée.
Yeah, she's like, it's
for
actually a bit,
you.
dating a woman with children under
Supporting
30
this young
is actually
woman.
a bit punk rock when you think
Like,
about
oh my
it.
God, she's the youngest billionaire.
Yeah, she was trying to be so supportive, which I think is fun. She had no idea.
Oh,
Even though Kylie Jenner was sitting at the Oscars with him and the Golden Globes and the Emmys and every film festival in the world.
We all know they're together except Gwyneth.
Except Gwyneth.
Imagine living that, like, a life like that.
I actually love the idea of that, just not knowing anything.
Yeah.
We have to know too much.
Not knowing anything, but also knowing enough.
I would have loved if Kylie had come to set one day, which she might have, and Gwyneth just might have no idea. If Kylie had come to set one day and she'd be like, oh my God,
you're so brave.
You're that lovely single mum he's dating. Good on you. Keep trying.
Oh my God.
It's okay. And Timothée was like, yeah, that's my girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend, Kylie Jenner. You might know her.
A lot to unpack from that small. So
I love her.
You love Gwyneth?
Yeah.
So she hates Amy Odell. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know who Kylie Jenner is, but she's a big fan of tongue choreography. Is I think the takeaways.
Great takeaways.
And I'm really proud of Vogue for bringing all of those things to our attention.
Oh my God. I cannot wait for her Oscar. I hope she wins.
I can't wait to finally sign up to Goop just to hear her acceptance speech.
I don't even care what the movie's going to be. I just want her to win the Oscar.
Yeah, okay, let's start this campaign now.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
No one watched the movie.
Can someone give Gwyneth Paltrow a break in her whole life?
Yeah, she's been through a lot.